Have you ever wondered why older generations used to say that after the age of 75, you should stop going around visiting people too often? Was it simply an old-fashioned belief, or were they quietly passing down a lesson that modern science is only beginning to understand? Most seniors believe staying busy by constantly visiting friends and relatives is always healthy. But what if there is a hidden line where a good habit slowly turns into a serious risk? And what if millions of older Americans are crossing that line without realizing it? Stay with me, because the real answer isn't what most people expect, and the final reason could completely change the way you think about aging. At first glance, visiting family sounds like one of the healthiest things anyone can do. Social connection lowers stress, reduces loneliness, and even protects memory. Researchers from Harvard's famous adult development study have repeatedly shown that strong relationships are among the biggest predictors of a longer and happier life. So, why would anyone suggest limiting visits in old age? That is the mystery. The answer has almost nothing to do with love or friendship. Instead, it has everything to do with energy, recovery, hidden physical stress, and how the aging body responds to even small disruptions. To understand why, we have to go back decades before retirement. During early adulthood, the human body is incredibly adaptable. Long drives, busy schedules, sleeping in unfamiliar places, eating different foods, and recovering from physical exhaustion all happen with little consequence. A young body quickly restores balance. The heart adjusts. The immune system reacts efficiently. Muscles recover overnight. Because these recoveries happen automatically, most people assume they always will. That assumption quietly follows people into middle age. By the 40s, tiny biological changes begin appearing beneath the surface. Muscle mass slowly decreases. Sleep becomes lighter. The immune system becomes slightly less responsive. Researchers estimate adults naturally lose between 3 and 8% of muscle mass every decade after age 30 unless they remain physically active. At the same time, recovery from physical and mental stress becomes slower. Yet because these changes happen gradually, almost nobody notices them. Life continues normally. People travel, visit relatives, attend celebrations, help grandchildren, drive long distances. Everything feels manageable because the body still hides the growing cost. Then something changes after 70. Scientists studying aging often describe this stage as the point where resilience matters more than strength. To 78-year-olds may look similar, yet one recovers from a long day within hours while the other needs several days. The difference isn't always visible until routines change, and that's exactly what frequent visiting does. Leaving home interrupts familiar routines. Meal times change. Medication schedules shift. Sleep quality often declines in unfamiliar environments. Hydration decreases during travel. Physical activity becomes unpredictable. Even positive excitement creates additional stress hormones that older bodies process more slowly than younger ones. Most seniors never connect these small changes because each one seems harmless. But together they create a chain reaction. Researchers studying healthy aging have repeatedly found that consistency becomes increasingly important with age. Daily routines support blood pressure control, blood sugar stability, medication adherence, sleep quality, digestion, and cognitive performance. When routines repeatedly break apart, small problems begin stacking together. At first, nothing dramatic happens. Perhaps someone feels unusually tired after returning home. Maybe balance seems slightly worse the following morning. Appetite changes. Sleep becomes restless. Water intake drops. Prescription medications are taken an hour late. These events appear unrelated, but they are not. The body is quietly using more energy simply to regain equilibrium. This is where the story reaches its turning point. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, falls remain one of the leading causes of injury among older Americans. National health surveys consistently show that fatigue, poor sleep, dehydration, medication timing errors, and unfamiliar surroundings all increase fall risk. The visit itself rarely causes the injury. Instead, the accumulated strain weakens attention, balance, and reaction time until one small mistake creates a major consequence. This explains why many seniors experience health problems shortly after returning from trips or extended visits rather than during them. But physical health is only part of the picture. Financial consequences often follow. A single fall can lead to emergency care, rehabilitation, temporary loss of independence, transportation expenses, home modifications, and ongoing caregiving costs. According to American health data, fall-related medical expenses total billions of dollars each year. For many retirees living on fixed incomes, one preventable injury changes everything. Lifestyle changes follow as well. Confidence disappears. Many older adults begin avoiding activities they once loved because they fear another accident. Ironically, becoming less active accelerates muscle loss, balance decline, and social isolation. The original goal was staying connected. The result becomes the exact opposite. Yet millions continue repeating the same cycle because of outdated advice. For decades, people believed that staying constantly busy automatically meant staying healthy. Others believed the solution was simply resting more afterward. Unfortunately, excessive rest without rebuilding strength often causes even greater muscle loss. Another common mistake is assuming that occasional exhaustion is simply part of aging rather than recognizing it as a warning sign that recovery systems are under increasing strain. Modern aging research paints a more balanced picture. Social engagement remains essential. Isolation increases risks for depression, memory decline, heart disease, and even earlier death. But healthy aging isn't about visiting everywhere, attending every gathering, or saying yes to every invitation. It's about protecting energy while maintaining meaningful relationships. This is the hidden lesson older generations were trying to pass along. They weren't saying, stop seeing people. They were saying, protect your strength, because after 75, energy becomes one of your most valuable resources. Every decision either preserves it or quietly spends it. That doesn't mean staying home forever. It means planning wisely, choosing shorter visits instead of exhausting weekends, staying hydrated during travel, maintaining medication schedules, prioritizing good sleep, allowing recovery days before and after major events. These small adjustments often determine whether a visit becomes joyful or physically costly. Large American health surveys repeatedly reveal a consistent pattern. Older adults who combine regular physical activity, stable routines, meaningful relationships, and careful recovery report higher quality of life and maintain independence longer than those living in constant physical or social overload. So what should you do starting today? First, protect your daily routine even when visiting family or friends. Keep medication times, hydration, meals, and sleep as consistent as possible. Second, schedule recovery just as seriously as the visit itself. One quiet day before and after travel allows your body to restore balance. Third, choose quality over quantity. A meaningful 2-hour visit often provides more emotional benefit than an exhausting weekend filled with constant activity. Here is one warning supported by years of research. Never ignore unusual fatigue after social outings. Persistent exhaustion, confusion, dizziness, or balance problems are not simply signs of getting older. They may be your body's earliest warning that recovery is becoming more difficult. And before you leave, think about this. Researchers are now discovering another hidden factor that quietly steals independence from millions of adults over 80. Surprisingly, it has nothing to do with exercise, diet, or genetics, yet it may predict who remains independent the longest. If today's video helped you see aging from a new perspective, please take a moment to like and share it with someone you care about. One simple share could help another family protect the health and independence of someone they love. And if you want to keep uncovering the science, hidden patterns, and practical habits behind living stronger after 60, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. In our next chapter, we'll reveal another overlooked truth about healthy aging that most people never hear until it's far too late.